Well, good afternoon. It's Andrew Baragwanath. I am sitting at home on Easter Sunday afternoon, which is pretty unusual, I have to say. Would normally be on the park, looking after people, doing what needs to be done. However, this year, no point, so we'll come home and let's make a message for BH&HPA members. And thought, what can I do to spread some comfort? Well, food is very comforting. I thought the ultimate comfort food is the traditional Cornish pasty. So I'd like to introduce you to the ingredients. So a traditional Cornish pasty has only 4 real ingredients. There is beef, probably beef skirt is a good cut, turnip or swede, potato, onion, and a little bit of seasoning, salt and pepper. Now I know in Devon they've actually had a little movement afoot last year to say that they actually invented the pasty. I mean, it's ridiculous. They base this on the fact they found the oldest written record of the pasty recipe. There are 4 ingredients, apart from the pastry. You're not going to forget the pastry, are you? So you've got meat, turnip or swede, potato and onion. I think in Cornwall we kind of felt it wasn't necessary to record this. It could be handed down through generations. Anyway, I digress. You don't need to see me chopping all this up, so the next instalment you may see the vegetables already prepared and ready to go into their pastry casing. And the pastry you can use short crust, but I'll be using rough puff pastry. Now, as promised, I've saved you the boring me chopping up vegetables. So now you see, here are our raw ingredients for the Cornish pasty. Pre-prepared, you've got pretty much equal amounts of each item. So you've got your beef skirt, onion, potato and swede, a little bit of seasoning. By the way, there's also a small glass of Pinot Noir. That's not for the recipe. What I tend to do now is mix all the ingredients together in a bowl and add the seasoning. The advantage this has is it means that when you put it into the pasty, you're getting pretty much an equal mix. Also, the seasoning now, it tends to draw out some of the liquid in the vegetables. At this stage, I'd also like to give you a warning. Please do not add peas, carrots, sweet corn, or any of those other sort of foreign ingredients thinking you're going to improve on something that actually you cannot improve on. This is like a classic piece of design, like the E-Type Jaguar. You really can't improve it. It is what it is. Anyway, I'll leave it there. I'll combine my ingredients. I'll be back to you shortly. So here we have basically a 20 centimetre diameter circle of pastry, into which you put your seasoned ingredients. As I've mentioned before, but please don't use mince, it's just not right. It has to be proper chunks of beef. So there you go. Just a little bit more in there, don't like to be mean. You can of course make larger than 20 centimetres. You can even make smaller, but I kind of wonder why you would. Take your brush, a little bit of water around the edge of the pastry to help it seal. I've got to say thank you to Sophie for lending me this brush. A wonderful piece of kit, couldn't find mine. There we go. You turn the pastry over the top. Just seal it down like that. Turn one end, and then you just kind of crimp, just like this, going along. Well, I do it from left to right, I suppose. If you're left-handed, you do it the other way. Don't think it's that important. The important thing is to seal it in. Doesn't have to be artistic. Some people will actually crimp across the top of the pasty, but no, not really. There we are. Your finished pasty, other than a little bit of egg just to glaze it. You then will put this in the oven, say gas mark for about 50 minutes. You'll know when it's done because it'll look done, nice and golden brown. And I may even show you the finished article. So there it is, in all its glory, my very own Cornish pasty. What more could you want?